Joints X. It's Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. And I'm back. Please hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms. But first, you got to let me know that you're here and that you can hear me. People giving me the thumbs up already. Somebody said, first time I'm here. I didn't catch the rest of it. First time I'm here before something. But I'll go back and read it later. The chats, they appear and then disappear like some mystical thing. And I wonder why it does that. But anyway, I'm here and I see you guys are there and I'm assuming you guys can hear me. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get busy. Somebody said they've never done this before. Well, welcome, Gary. Okay, and then I'm about to rock the planet and beat my chest like a silverback. Real gorilla. The Gorilla Clan, baby. Real gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, you know why the gorilla is one of my favorite animals. You know, I mean, they're very protective. They're extremely brave, but they know how to fight. See, guerrilla warfare. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they know how to get down and dirty. You know what I mean? If they have to roll on the ground a little bit, you know, pound you a couple of times with the hands and climb up a tree or something. They're not like the old English that used to fight, you know, a very gentleman's fight. Everyone will go out to the middle of the battlefield. Now, as a gentleman, I suggest that you have the first shot. You all sit down and, you know, load your weapons and then shoot it. No time for that. Now, we're popping up out of water, sliding down out of trees, wearing trenches, things like that. And that's what the Republicans got to learn how to do. They got to learn how to fight. I'm talking guerrilla warfare. And I ain't talking about dirty. I ain't talking about cheating, making up stuff, and doing the things that we're about to witness in a few seconds as we start the show. Because I think we major as conservatives. We major in sincerity. We don't like to get caught up in a lot of things that could be divisive and things that really take away from the overall goal, which is to benefit all of our citizens. Not to divide them, but to benefit them. You know, policies that will bring us together, that will benefit all of us. But for some reason, we got a party who majors in dividing us. And then it forces us to go ahead and have to point that out. And then what do? They flip the script and say, we're the ones that's divisive. We're the ones that are majoring in all types of identity politics. We're the ones that are starting the culture wars. And after we see tonight's show, you're going to see who really is a part of the culture wars. And I'm talking about woke and woker. I'm sorry, woke and wokeist. Or should I call him woke and weird and wokeist? Because we're going to focus on these two actors that are auditioning to become the president and the vice president. And I do mean they're actors. I mean, I'm going to prove it. We don't know who these folks are. Soon as it's over, it's our and scene, and then the real people come out. So we're dealing with two chameleons. We're dealing with two actors, and we're about to prove it. And the shenanigans that they use to try to win over people's votes make it very clear that they're actors. They're not sincere. Everything's some type of gambit, some type of, you know, just this weird little effort to trick people. And I'm going, well, you always got a gadget. You always got some type of thing you guys do. You can't just be sincere. Starting off with this. Dang on it. Oh, by the way, don't forget, check out Kevin's Corner store if you get a chance. And if you want to support the channel, you can go straight to my Cash App and my PayPal. Or you can also text MAGA to this number you see on the screen, 330-974-4607. And I'll make sure that you will be in the loop just in case they boot me off of this network. Now, let's get into these actors and actresses that are trying to audition for this part. Okay, so, and action. Let's see. Starting off with this.
Hi, this is Kim.
It's Kamala Harris. Good morning, Governor.
See what I mean? Do you see what I mean? And action. Does this look sincere? Only Democrats, they do these things and they think that these things come across sincere and organic. And I'm saying only to maybe low IQ viewers or voters or something. How can you look at this and think to yourself, wow, this was really organic. I'm sure this was right on the spot. He happened to be sitting there in his little foyer, and he got his phone with him, and he's just sitting there like, hey, hon, you know what? What are we having for dinner? Spaghetti and meatballs. What? That VP? Hello? Oh, hey, how you doing, Kamala? You think that happened? Or could it be that they set this up just like they set her fake butt up talking to that actress? When the actress is like, girl, these folks out here ain't like us. I mean, what you been hearing? Girl, you know I've been out here in these streets. They always come up with some type of program, some type of skit. And they think that this stuff is what does it. And I'm saying it comes across unsincere, it comes across fake, it comes across forced, non-organic. I don't know what to believe. So now here they are. They done got their scripts and they're trying to make it seem like this was just a random call and they both happen to have two cameras on. Now, can you imagine Republicans doing this? It would turn me off. If I saw Donald Trump and JD Vance just randomly happen to have two very nice cameras posted up, you know, and they're both getting them and everything. And JD's like, hey, how you doing, Mr. Trump? I was sitting here just doing nothing pretty much. I would say they're fake. It all falls apart. It makes me think you guys are putting together things to trick me. Y'all are trying to manipulate me. So here they are doing the same stuff that she did when her and Joe Biden when they won the first election against Donald Trump. And she happened to be out there just taking a little jog. Hey, hello, Joe. We did it, Joe. We did it. You're gonna be the president of the United States. And I'm saying, just happen to have a camera out there while you're jogging around somewhere. Camera on him. All some type of theater with these people. And these two right here are actors. But the question is, who's the directors? Who are the people behind these people that are giving them the scripts? Who are going to be the people to control these actors? So let's finish watching this skit right here as they try to make us think that this was sincere and organic.
Good morning, Madam Vice President.
Listen, I want you to do this with me. Let's do this together. Would you be my running mate and let's get this thing on the road?
Her voice just drives me crazy. Listen, would you do this for me? She's always just a tad bit drunk in her voice. Little bit of the drunk aunt all the time. Listen, would you do this to me? I want you to do this for me. You ready to get this thing on the road? And I'm thinking, man, you make me want to, Ralph, thank you. Somebody put the vomit emoji in there. Yeah, it makes me want a little in the mouth all the time. So here she is trying to pretend that she's sincere. And watch his skills. Let's see if we can rate their acting skills. Here we go.
I would be honored, Madam Vice President.
The joy that you're bringing back to the country, the enthusiasm that's out there, it'll be a privilege to take this with you across the country.
Well, let me tell you, I have just...
Oh, did you see? Did you see him get the other angle? Did you see the cut? You see him break it over? Let's get the side shot. Let's get the side shot. There it is. Let's get the side shot right there. Just so happened. Now I'm thinking, what kind of production is this? Why you gotta have two cameras? Why are you doing cuts? It's supposed to look just organic. I mean, I'm thinking you should just have your own cell phone recording it. Hey, y'all, I'm about to call Tim. Hold on for a second. Hey, Tim, what's up? I mean, that would seem a little more organic than this. This is a production.
Utmost respect for you. I have really enjoyed our work together. You understand our country. You have dedicated your...
What work together? What do you mean he understands our country? This guy doesn't speak for the whole country. What are you talking about? And we're about to find out just how much he understands our country, y'all. We're going to see if the things that this actor have been walking around spewing out every chance he get, see if it connects with us. Now, I don't know where you guys are from, but if you're watching my show, most likely either you're moderate, you might be, in the middle, you might be conservative, and so on and so forth. And I hope you are a liberal. I wouldn't mind you watching my show. You might go ahead and get red pilled. So now, I'm not going to agree with what she just said. She said, you know what? You know our country. And I'm going, what? Are you kidding me? After what this man did to Minnesota, are you? No, I don't want that mess up here in Ohio. I don't want that. And I sure don't want no dang on California policies in Ohio either. Both of these folks right here talking about we know that country.
yourself to our country in so many different and beautiful ways. And we're going to do this. We're going to win. And we're going to unify our country and remind everyone that we are fighting for the future for everyone.
Now, you know what, Joe? First of all, talking about I'm going to win. No, I need Clubber Lane. Clubber, what's your prediction for that, that that voting night? Predictions. Pain. That's my predictions for them. But secondly, I bet you she's reading her script. She's probably not even talking to him. She's probably that we are fighting for the future for everyone. There you go. I would love to see her turn that phone around. Yeah, and you'll see her whole script right there. But nonetheless, here she is. It's all off the top of her dome.
So let's get out there and get this done, okay?
Let's do it. Do the work in front of us. Let's win this thing.
That's right. All right, buddy. I'll see you soon. Take care.
Well, let's see. You see this? So there it is. That's the connection. When woke and woker came together. There it is. When woke and woke is finally united. Let's see what it created. See, so we're going to watch the short film on woke and wokeist. All right. Check out these two characters and see what they're about.
Okay. Good evening.
The voice.
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, what's up with that? What's up with that? Jeez. I mean, is that normal? Or is that potentially weird? I mean, do everybody bring their wife in like they hugging one of their boys? What up, baby? You good? You good? All right then, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come here, man. Come here. Babe, give me some love. You see the way that this dude's awkward. He's socially awkward. I'm sitting there like, what the crap was that? Looks like they're all acting. You think Chameleon is really in love with that? Her white husband? See, I got to say it like that. Her white husband? Because, see, she's so pro-black and everything. I don't even understand how she sleeps with the white devil. I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? You would think she would be sleeping with her brother straight from the back hills of Africa with a bone through his nose and a staff or skull on top of it, a dashiki, wearing no shoes, feet ashy, toenails long, ain't been clipped since he was born, fingernails hanging down, got a couple discs in his ears and lips. You would think she would be married to somebody like that. That's what you would think since she's so pro-black. All right, always talking about racism and stuff. But here she is, fake kissing the white devil. I bet you afterwards she's like, ooh, our fake marriage. Oh, God. You know what? I don't have to sleep in the same bed with you tonight, do I? Absolutely not, honey. You know that's not what we do. And here's this funny guy. This guy, Tim Conway, when he played the old guy in the hospital. On the Carol Burnett show. So Tim Conway awkwardly hugs his wife like they're both acting. And this guy gives her a handshake and pulls her in. What is that? Bring it in. Bring it in, hon. Got a feeling they sleep in two separate beds too, but hey, I'm just, that's just my opinion. So guys.
Okay, that was weird.
That was weird. That was weird.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Everything about those two is fake. Everything about that. The whole connection, all of that crap. I see through it. And what bothers me is there's some people who can't. And the media has to upsell this. They have to make these two seem real, like real people, personable. They're also part of the set. You know that. The media is, they got their parts in the movie too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you think it's just these two, no. We're about to see that the media is a part of the movie too. You know what I'm saying? They're the background actors. So let's go ahead and see this guy step up and tell everybody what he's about. He's about to check Donald Trump. So let's go ahead and see what he got to say. See how sincere he is.
Trump sees the world a little differently than us.
You're darn right he sees the world a little differently than y'all. I would hope that most of America sees the world a little differently than y'all. The same group of people who don't know the difference between a man and a woman. Give me the guy who can tell the difference. That's the one I want. That guy right there sees the world how it is. But if you're up here talking about a boy can be a girl and a girl can be a boy, if you know what, hey, you know what, whatever you like. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. And I'm saying, okay, that was weird. That was weird. That's what I'm saying to this guy. But he's talking about Donald Trump sees the world a little different than we do. And we're about to find out just how differently Donald Trump sees it. What do you mean by this, actor?
First of all, he doesn't know the first thing about service. He doesn't have time for it because he's too busy serving himself.
You mean the guy that got shot in the ear and got up and pumped his fist? You mean the guy that went through 2 impeachments, 4 indictments, and brought up on some fake felony charges? That guy? You mean the guy that went through the whole Russia collusion delusion? You mean the guy that had to come out of almost $500 million? Thank God it got knocked down a little bit. That guy? You mean the guy that all of his friends and family and all of them have been ran through the ringer by the DOJ and the FBI and all of that? And the Democrats, the guy who is called a white nationalist, a xenophobe, a racist, Hitler, the devil, all of that? That guy right there? Yeah, he doesn't know anything about service. Not at all. But I'm sure you do. So let's see.
I'm Tim Walz, and I'm running for Congress in Minnesota's 1st Congressional District.
Oh.
I'm a retired command sergeant major. I spent 24 years
Wait a minute.
in the Army National Guard.
Wait a minute. What's it? A retired what? Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to let that one go. Maybe that was a slip of the tongue.
Hello, everyone. I'm Congressman Tim Walz. It's a real honor to be able to pay tribute to the 34th Red Bull Infantry Division and to your families and friends as you prepare to deploy in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. As a 24-year veteran of the National Guard and the Red Bull Division and a retired Command Sergeant Major, I'm especially
Now I'm bringing the hand down. Command Sergeant Division, now I'm starting to bring the hand down. Now I'm not in the military. I mean, I talked to somebody who is in the military, who at first started off talking about, man, look, I kind of like this dude, man, who should be. And when I told him what this guy has been saying and what title he has claimed that he wasn't, that dude said, oh, no, heck no. Nah, man, you don't do that in the military, man. Nah, man, we don't play that. So now this guy is saying he was a command something sergeant or merchant. Let's see if that's true.
You are continuing a long and great tradition of service by the citizen soldiers of the 34th, a tradition symbolized by the fact that the 34th served the most consecutive days in combat, both in
combat? Huh. What, were you there? Were you there, Tampon Tim? Did you bring your tampon with you? I'm just wondering, just in case you might have your menstrual.
World War II and in Operation Iraqi Freedom. You are also doing something truly exceptional as you prepare for this mission of unprecedented scope in Iraq.
Walz wants to be a heartbeat away from Commander-in-Chief, but Tim Walz has lied about his military record for years.
He's used the rank that he never achieved in order to advance his political career.
Well, wait a minute. He was just talking about Trump and all of this. He don't know the first thing about service. Well, you knew the first thing about service when, you were going through the drills and all of that stuff. But as soon as they told you the heat is on, it's time to go ahead and go from theory to practice, Timmy. Yeah, we're deploying. What? Like really deploying? Yeah, we seen you out there training. Your left. There she was, just walking down the street, singing do-a-diddy-doody-dum-diddy-do. Look good, she looked. Yeah, we saw you out there running the drills. We saw you out there talking about some tackleberry. And we saw you out there talking about some, now you listen here, Private Pal. We saw all of that. But now it's time to go out and show us what you got. But, well, what I got something else going on back at the, I would roll with y'all. But listen, tell you what, I'm going to holler at y'all in a minute, okay? All right. It was out. He was out. And somebody had to take his place. So I'm not saying that all of the stuff that he did prior to that doesn't count. No, I'm not saying that. And I honor that service, his commitment. But when it was time to go out and show everybody what you had, you chose to go home and become a civilian. Interesting. But see, the problem is, I'm not even mad at that. It's this, that you took a title. You took something with you that didn't belong to you. That's the problem. And watch the background actors try to clean this up.
Walls lied repeatedly about his rank.
Retired Command Sergeant Major. Retired Command Sergeant
That's
Major.
twice.
Command Sergeant Major.
Okay, now see, maybe once, all right, I'll let you slide, but twice, 3 times, 4 times a liar. Yeah, there's retired Command Sergeant Major. Get retired there. That's not a Freudian slip. That's not a boo-boo. That is on purpose. That right there is stolen valor. And yet he's talking about Trump and his service. You've done the military a disservice by trying to steal some valor that didn't belong to you. And now he's mad about it, y'all. And he's hoping the media could come out and clean it up for him.
Retired Command Sergeant Major.
Walls lied about being in combat.
Can make sure that those weapons of war that I carried in war,
Walls
That I carried in war. You see that? Yeah. Using all kind of propaganda and lies and inflating his military action so that he can come after our guns that I carry in war. So what is he saying? He's saying he carried a regular AR-15 that you can go and buy at the man store out into war. Because, I mean, there's a difference between those two guns. But he wasn't going to tell him that. He wasn't going to tell him that. And he also didn't tell him that his butt was not out there in war. And yet nobody peeped this out when they vetted this guy. Are you getting me? Who is the casting director? That's what I want to know. Who's the casting director for the Democrat, the DNC? Sitting up there, all right, I want you to read these lines. Okay, that's good, okay. Donald Trump's a white national. Okay, that's good, that's a part. All right, so you know what? I saw your acting resume. It looks good. You were in the military and everything. Yes, sir. I don't need to do a background check. I'm sure everything you did is the truth. All right, I think we found a winner here. All right, here's our guy. And now all of a sudden, bam, here it is. So now I think this is about to come back to bite him, and I'm going to show you why in a minute.
dodged deployment by retiring when he knew his National Guard unit was going to Iraq.
Oh, but then he said he didn't know. He said he didn't know. But then I think his command sergeant or somebody came out and was like, oh, he knew. He knew. We told him that he was going. Oh, you mean that one time when you hit talk? That's what you meant? Oh, man, I thought you was talking about a whole nother different platoon. For real. Said he didn't know.
Everybody knew they were going to train and go to Iraq. The warning order basically stated it, and too much later after he knew it, that's when he retired.
Walls disparaged Minnesota National Guard soldiers.
Mayor said I request the National Guard. We're going to have massively trained troops.
That's right. Go on out there, y'all.
To a cooks.
That same Minnesota National Guard that he disparaged, unlike Walls, served heroically in Iraq and Afghanistan. Tim Walls is not fit to be anywhere near the office of Commander-in-Chief. Tim Walls is guilty of stolen valor.
Oh, he abandoned us. I mean, what the hell kind of leader does that?
Not one like Donald Trump who gets shot in the ear and gets up and pumps his fist in the air 3 times to let everybody know I'm still alive. The Trump train is still coming. Trump train is coming. Come on along. Trump train is coming. Come on along. Yeah, that's a leader. Yeah, not like Donald Trump who gets attacked by the fake news, gets attacked by social media, gets attacked by people who used to call him their friends, and yet he's still moving forward. To me, that's a leader. That's somebody I would go into battle, and he ain't never even been in the military. I heard someone say that Donald Trump has been shot at more times than old Timmy here. But yet he's criticizing Donald Trump. What else?
There's now a new line.
Oh, here's the other actors. Here's the other actors on the set. Now, let me tell you their motivation, their role. Their role is to support this fake new actor, one of the lead people who they've cast, and they're trying to clean up his background and try to convince the viewers as we sit eating our popcorn, watching this entertainment right here, that this guy, really, we shouldn't be looking at that. What he did wasn't that bad. And in fact, other people, why don't we go ahead and look at some other people like J.D. Vance, who actually has something to say to him. So let's go ahead and see how they do with their role.
That J.D. Vance is using. Of course, you have 2 veterans, right, who are the running mates here, and he's using this line about Walls's military service. Let's listen.
When the United States of America asked me to go to Iraq to serve my country, I did it. I did what they asked me to do it, and I did it honorably, and I'm very proud of that service. When Tim Walz was asked by his country to go to Iraq, you know what he did? He dropped out of the Army and allowed his unit to go without him, a fact that he's been criticized for aggressively by a lot of the people that he served with.
So he was like, y'all go ahead, man, go. I gotta use the bathroom, I'll be right back. Out, that's what he did. He bounced, sent off all those young boys to war and didn't go himself. Oh, what else did he do, JD?
I think it's shameful to prepare your unit to go to Iraq, to make a promise that you're going to follow through, and then to drop out right before you actually have to go. He said we shouldn't allow weapons that I used in war to be on America's streets. Yeah. Well, I wonder, Tim Walz, when were you ever in war? What was this weapon that you carried into war, given that you abandoned your unit right before they went to Iraq, and he has not spent a day in a combat zone? What bothers me about Tim Walz is the stolen valor garbage. Do not pretend to be something that you're not.
I wonder.
Because he's an actor. He's pretending to be something that he's not all the time. Just like Chameleon Harris. So now, watch these folks right here step in for their role. I wonder, here it is.
What you think about that, Matt. There are some questions. The question of the weapons comment. We should also mention there's been reporting that J.D. Vance did not see combat in his role. I would argue. You see
this garbage? This is not believable. Cut. Somebody get me some more convincing background actors. So that there are also some. So now, instead of doing a deep dive into Tampon Tim and why he said what he said, and if it was true or not, what do they decide to do? Well, let's see if we can find some dirt on JD. Let's see how we can shift this and shift the focus on JD. Now, JD Vance, he never said he was out there in combat. Tim said that. But now she wants to make this all out to be about whether soldiers are in combat or not. That's not the argument. I've been watching the movie from the beginning, okay? I didn't go to get popcorn. I didn't go to pee. I know what's going on. I'm following the storyline. You're not going to manipulate me.
It doesn't matter. They both served. But what do you think about this kind of getting some swift boat vibes here? I also think that J.D. Vance, as a messenger on this, may be an imperfect messenger.
I think he's
because
great.
we have, as you introduced him.
I think he's great. I mean, because if the roles were reversed, you think that they would be saying, I think Tampon Tim is he's not a perfect messenger on this. He should lay off J.D. Vance. He shouldn't be attacking him for his service. It doesn't even matter if J.D. was at war or not. They would be going full steam ahead. They would be telling this dude to attack him with everything he got. It'd be like that Star Trek movie when he was like, fire everything, fire everything. That's what they would be doing. But now that their guy got busted lying, not stretching the truth, not exaggerating a bit, lying consistently for years, all of a sudden lay off of him. Let's not focus on that. You know what I'm saying? Tit for tat. Come on, you know what? I mean, go to war, don't go to war. I mean, let's not split hairs. Let's not split hairs. So now, here she is trying to go ahead and say J.D. Vance, he shouldn't be the one to even talk about this. But why? Why, actress?
Him as a combat correspondent, which was what his title was. But when you dig...
Combat correspondent, which was his title. Okay. But when you dig a little deeper, what?
Dig a little deeper into that, he was a public affairs specialist.
So you want to downplay what he did. Now I saw them also interview a lady who's over these people who have that title. And she said, these folks put themselves out there in combat zones to do what they're doing. Now, granted, they're not looking for combat, but they're subjecting themselves to a combat zone. And yeah, here she is now trying to say, she's trying to change the focus on whether J.D. Vance was in combat or not. J.D. Vance was not the guy out there saying he was in combat. In fact, he said in his book, thank God I didn't see any combat. But now all of a sudden she's saying J.D. can't talk about it because he never seen combat because she wants to change the real issue. It's not about combat or non-combat, which he did say he was in combat and he wasn't. But the bigger issue is that title this guy has been rocking for political gain. And he never acquired that title. But she don't want to talk about that. She wants to dummy down the discussion and make it seem like, well, so what? He didn't go to combat and JD didn't go to combat either.
someone who did not see combat, which certainly the title combat correspondent kind of gives you a different impression.
So she's trying to say just because the title says combat correspondent and JD didn't actually see no combat is misleading. Forget about what he said in the book. Thank God I ain't see no combat. And forget about what the rank and the position requires him to do and subject himself to. Forget about that. Forget about the fact that JD never lied about his rank, never lied about whether he saw combat or not. Forget about that. Okay? Just think about the title that he says he has, and it could be a little misleading too. Trying to make a comparison. Trying to go ahead and get blood out of a turnip. You see their job? They're working hard to support the two actors. Real hard, but I'm not buying it because I'm too smart. I've watched a lot of movies in my life, and I know a fake actress when I see one. She's horrible. She needs to be fired.
So he may be the imperfect messenger on that.
And Eva, the Harris campaign now says that Minnesota Governor Tim Walz misspoke in that newly resurfaced.
Well, look at these actresses. They not the Kamala Harris campaign. They did say that he misspoke. No, there's another word for that. He lied. How about you go ahead and cut through the cheese, man? He lied. Don't be talking about he misspoke. Now, notice when it's Trump, he lies all the time. Nothing but lies, not misspoke, not exaggerated, not stretched the truth. He lied. Yeah, but all of a sudden, now this guy misspoke. Don't that sound a little more softer, guys? Don't that make you not think it's as bad as it is? He just misspoke. What else?
This video from 2018 in which he said he handled assault weapons in war. What more can he?
Yeah, they're walking back those comments now, saying that that Governor Walz did misspeak, that he never.
See, you know what misspeak sound like? An accident. That's what that sound like. You see the actresses? You see whoever's writing their scripts? That's all right. Here's what we need to sell to the audience. We want the viewers, as they're watching, to disassociate, okay, the severity of what he has done through his stolen valor. And let's go ahead and downplay that. Let's soften the definition of what he did. Instead of saying he lied, he misspoke. That's better. Is that better? Everybody agrees? Misspoke? Okay. It's kind of like, hey, these aren't illegal immigrants. These aren't illegal aliens. They're undocumented. I shouldn't have said that. I misspoke. I misspoke. Meaning it's an accident. But no, it wasn't no accident. That man is all over the place saying what he said. So it's a lie. But they're telling us he just misspoke.
Was in active war, and they are just retreating on those remarks. This has been sort of an unforced error on his part.
Oh, it's an unforced error. And he's going to pay the ultimate price when he gets on stage with JD Vance. Oh, boy. I'm telling you, man, that one I'm waiting for. For some reason, I want to see that mug so bad. I got a feeling this guy's going to get exposed. As an actor trying to audition for the role of VP, JD is going to mop the floor. Because, see, watch his effort. As somebody gave him a new role to come out and try to sell it to us, we're going to figure out his motivation. His effort to get ahead of this before the debate. Because JD is going to come out and fire into him. So listen to what he got to say now, y'all.
We'll see how these
guys are even attacking me for my record of service.
Yeah, that's it. See, here's the writers. Okay, here it is. We want your motivation. You're upset and you're offended that people are attacking you for your service. Not the lies you told, not the stolen valor, but simply for your service. Now remember, in the script, don't mention anything about what you said or did. Okay, don't mention that. Just focus on the service. Make the audience think that this is all about you joining the military and people saying, I can't believe this dude joined the military. What kind of service did he conduct himself with? Right there, joining the military, you need to be criticized. Just because he joined the military, guys. So watch this guy try to ease around this to his dumb audience.
And I just want to say, I'm proud to serve my country, and I always will be.
So
with my dad's encouragement, a guy who served in the Army during the Korean War. I signed up for the Army National Guard 2 days after my 17th birthday. I served for the next 24 years for the same reason all my brothers and sisters in uniform do. We love this country. Then in 2005, I felt the call of duty again, this time being service to my country in the halls of Congress.
Okay.
My students inspired me to run for that office.
Oh, good, good. Y'all hear? Is it believable? Is he selling it, guys? So now he getting all serious. It's kind of like when you know you done did something wrong and a person call you out and you get mad at them. Can't believe you gonna question me. As hard as I work all the time. Dang on it, man. This is some bull crap. I get up every day and I go to work. That ain't got nothing to do with you bringing home a Lamborghini and we on a budget. You didn't even call me and ask me, can I buy a Lamborghini? How much did you put the down payment on? I used the whole house as leverage. But you know what? Why you always get on my back though? See, man, you don't respect me working hard. It ain't got nothing to do with you working hard. It's your bad choice. Don't try to redirect the attention. Don't try to play the victim. Don't try to pretend that somebody is mad at something else besides what you did. Let's stay focused, Tim Conway. So here we go.
And I was proud to make it to Washington. I was a member of the Veterans Affairs Committee and a champion of our men and women in
You're
uniform.
leaving some out.
I'm going to say it again as clearly as I can.
What? I stole the valor and I said that I was something that I wasn't. I said I went to war. That's what you're about to say as clearly as you can? I bet you're not going to say that.
I'm damn proud of my service to this country.
That's not what we need to hear. That's not addressing the accusation. You see the actor? You see him? He's trying to act like he forgot what the accusation was. Yeah, he's pretending the accusation is just, they're criticizing me for joining the military. Bunch of bullcrap. And I'm going to tell you right now, y'all about to see me go Mr. Miyagi on that nap. I done sprayed the whole room before the show. Somebody go get my chopsticks. Hey. Yeah, catch that mug like the master and king from Kung Fu. When you can snatch the pebble from my hand, grasshopper. So let's continue watching this guy misplace the blame.
And I firmly believe you should never denigrate another person's service record.
Unless he didn't earn that service record. Unless he got out there and stole some valor. Unless he said he was out there like this. Ba-dang, da-dang. Ba-dang, da-dang. Yeah, man, and I was out there all in the trenches, man. You know what I'm saying? Ba-dang, da-dang. And then I got shot. Where you get shot at, huh? All up in his shoulders. I got shot all up in his shoulders. Yeah, man, but it was crazy, man. Bullets was flying all over the place. Say bullets was flying everywhere, huh? Maybe he need to talk to my Uncle Ron, who really was in Vietnam. Bless his soul. Yeah, but this guy, he's trying to pretend that, yeah, man, they're getting on my back simply because I served my country, and I'm proud of it. So don't question my service. You understand that? Get off my back.
Anyone brave enough to put on that uniform for our great country, including my opponent, I just have a few simple words. Thank you for your service and sacrifice.
Oh, you see him try to flip the script? I'm taking the high road. Everybody deserves credit for what? For what they did, not what they didn't do. Okay? Yeah, when you take extra credit and you don't deserve it, you're going to get criticized, pal. And don't try to act like you're taking the moral high ground, including. You ain't going to get JD off your back when it comes down to that debate because you tried to go ahead and throw him a bone. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Look, man, when we debate, man, don't bring this up, okay? Now, look, man, soldier to soldier. We got to stick together. You heard me? You heard me as I said, man, thank you for your service. Now, you going to still keep holding on to this? Yes. Yes. That would be my lead-in. I'd go right in on that. I would like to answer the question about the economy, but first I want to talk about this man's stolen valor. In fact, that's all I want to talk about. I want to beat this man into submission until he comes clean and says, all right, I stole the valor, man. I said I was something I wasn't. Can we just move on? No. I want you to quit right here on national TV. I want you to step down. But wait a minute. He ain't done. Listen to the actor, though.
Again and again and again, Trump weakens our economy to strengthen his own hand. He drove our economy into the ground.
I didn't know anything about the VP candidate, Tim, and so I did some digging last week. I got the data last Friday. He is not a good manager.
No.
If you look at his stewardship of his state, Minnesota, it's been not good. And I'll tell you how I measure it. People say, oh, you're partisan, you're partisan.
That's
No,
what they're
I'm
gonna
not.
say.
I'm looking at the track record of an individual who came into a state and wiped out job creation.
What? Wait a minute. The same actor who was just on stage with Chameleon Harris talking about Donald Trump ruining the economy. This guy? Well, let's hear his record on the economy. Because most of the time, actors aren't good as, directors and running countries and stuff like that. When they try to jump out of that into politics, usually don't go that well. So let's see what he did to his state.
He wiped out job creation in professional, in manufacturing, in accounting, in every subcategory you look at. Those jobs moved to South Dakota and North Dakota. The South Dakota job rate right now is 4 times that of Minnesota. Minnesota only creates jobs in services that are funded by the government. Health.
Oh, because you remember he likes socialism. See, he liked government jobs. Remember that one man's socialism is another man's whatever he said. So yeah, I can see why he focuses on the government jobs. He likes that stuff, but he don't like capitalism. So it sounds like their economy is driven by government jobs. What about all the other jobs though? Because this guy's talking about, Trump ran the economy into the ground. I wonder how this guy ran his own state.
Healthcare and social services. Every other sector is in decline. He's also added a surcharge of 1%, 100 basis points, on top of 9.8% taxes on individuals that are retiring. And of course they're leaving the state in droves. He's the best governor for Texas, for Florida, for North and South Dakota, but not for Minnesota.
Maybe they should have vetted him. Maybe they should have stopped and said, before we cast this guy as the VP in our production, maybe we should see how he did as the governor of his own state. This is the crazy part. Democrat Party put people out there that have horrific records, and they just hope that their voters don't even notice. It's fascinating. They always talk about Gavin Newsom. I know they probably wanted him to really run. He got set up with Chameleon Harris. But this guy's record sucks. His whole state is garbage. But yet their voters will get out there and celebrate this dude. It's unreal. This guy sucks. Economy sucks. You would think they would say, let's at least find a guy who has a record that he can say, look what I've done in my state, before he comes out and criticizes Donald Trump and says, Donald Trump run the economy into the ground. You didn't even have as big of a responsibility as Trump. Trump was responsible for the whole country, and we were booming right up until some mysterious virus just dropped out of the sky. And even then, the strength of the economy was so strong, we didn't crash like we should have or could have, and it was coming back until Creepy came in and destroyed the rest of it. But nonetheless, this guy had a smaller responsibility that he couldn't handle. Now he wants more responsibility, while criticizing the guy who had more responsibility and did a way better job. Same thing with Chameleon Harris. If you elect me, day one, I'm going to close the border. I'm going to make a pathway to this and that. I'm going to be tough on immigration. And I'm going, you're in there right now. You're still the borders are. And you're not getting it done. What do you mean when we elect you? You're still, I don't recall Joe Biden ever stepping in and said, you no longer are in charge of the border. He gave her complete authority to do what she wants. She's over mucus. And yet, here she is telling everybody what she's going to do when she get elected. And I'm going, hey, nobody stopped to ask her, first of all, what have you done thus far? And secondly, aren't you still the borders are? Can't you do it now? Go ahead, do it. Make the call. Here you go. Here, there you go. Call mucus and tell him to shut it down. Watch that. Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know Mucus's number, but if you give me a minute, I would. You don't know his name? Don't worry, I got it. Here you go. Hello, Mucus. Yeah, Kamala Harris wants to talk to you about shutting the border. Here you go. And see what she does. She'll throw that phone on the ground and step on it. Oh, shoot, I thought a bumblebee was on it or something. My bad. You know what? I'm going to handle it. I'm going to make it my first priority. Trust me, when I get elected. Here you go. Because right now, she should be able to do that ASAP. She's the border czar. She ain't got to go through no red tape. He gave her full jurisdiction. That should be the first question she's asked whenever she decides to take an interview. That's what I would ask her. Hey, aren't you the border czar still? Take care of it, handle it, show us what you're gonna do. Give us a little preview.
That's exactly right. That's where they all went, Kevin.
And make no mistake,
What else?
violent crime was up under Donald Trump.
What?
VP was also slammed for his response to the Minnesota riots, with many saying he's incapable of leading.
Violent crime was up under Donald Trump. Let's take a sneak peek at Minnesota under his leadership. They don't even think when you're picking these actors, all of the things that they're going to be criticizing your opponent over, you probably should say, well, how in the world did you handle stuff like this? Maybe you should pick different topics to criticize Trump over when your city and states were burning. So look, this is how he handled crime, y'all. Look at that. It's a barn fire. That's all that is. Barn fire. They're roasting marshmallows. That's all. Everyone gather around. Come on, everybody, and gather around the fire.
And another commentator revealed the aftermath of the riots, saying,
Oh, look at that. They're remodeling that car right there. That's what they're doing. They're street remodelers. These are random people who go around and they pay it forward by destroying the car and then rebuilding it for people. And that glaze right there is fog. It's very hot in Minnesota, and that's a mist, not smoke from fire. That's how he handled it. And he's talking about crime was up under Donald Trump.
this isn't Iraq. This is Minnesota under Tim Walz as governor.
It looks like Baghdad. Oh, well, look at this. Here's that very woke mayor who allowed the precinct to get overran right there, and then went and bent the knee to the angry mob and then got bullied out of there immediately. So let's see what this little curly-haired guy got to say about it.
Speak the truth. And the truth
is what?
Is that on Wednesday, around 6 p.m., I called the governor and asked for the National Guard.
And I'm sure the governor was like, dang right, I ain't gonna have my cities burning. Hey, look, man, I'm about to bring the heat, baby. Send them all. Lock everybody up who's disrespecting police officers and threatening American citizens and burning down people's buildings and dragging people out of their own cars and beating them for no reason. I want them all in jail, dang on it, right now, ASAP. I'm sure that's exactly what that governor did, right?
Text messages and emails from the mayor's office for Wednesday, May 27th back that up.
Police officers testified at the Minnesota Senate today. The officers are all board members for the Minneapolis Police Federation. And as Esme Murphy reports, they offered up a scathing critique of government and police leaders during the riots following George Floyd's death.
No, you might want to stop them. You better send Nancy Pelosi to threaten them. Somebody to shut these people up, because you just got done talking about crime was up under Trump. Let's see how this guy would handle crime just in case the VP becomes the president. Just in case Chameleon go down, or maybe Chameleon might turn to her wokeist VP and say, what do you think about this wokeist? Should we handle this crime situation like this, or how would you handle it? Let's see how he would handle it.
That's not what we stand for. Her voice shaking, Minneapolis Police Sergeant Anna Hedberg says during the riots, officers were abandoned by state, city, and department leaders.
To watch them go through that was so heartbreaking.
No, wait. These Democrats will get up there and praise those fake police officers that they drag out constantly. Big green mouth dude. I was so scared. They call me all kind of names, the N-word and Eric Estrada. They told me I'd go back to the country instead of, now I'm a American citizen. And the guy with the fake tattoos, they dragged him out and you're so brave. And we are here to support our brave men and women on that fateful day of the Capitol J6 and this and that. But then when these brave officers were trying to defend their own police station, they were abandoned by the same guy who just said Donald Trump, crime was up under him.
To know that they could have died because we were not allowed to respond the way that we have been trained to respond.
During the riots, the officers were told they could not wear protective frog suits, but were still hit and injured with bottles, cement, and more.
So not only did he not send backup or support him, he said, you know what, man, take all that stuff off. Strip down naked. You know what I'm saying? Look, look, man. It's unfair. Y'all coming in with police gear on, and I mean, all they got is their mask and their little helmets and gas masks and sticks and Molotov cocktails and and stuff like that. So to make it fair, strip down to your underwear. Now, there you go. That's fair, right? That's fair. We don't want to make these people think they're oppressed. Unreal. And what do you think happened, guys?
Sergeant Hedberg blames state, city, and department leaders for the abandonment of the 3rd precinct.
I heard the governor say, give it up. It wasn't directly to me, it was through a phone call. How the governor says, give up the precinct.
Well, maybe it's good that he didn't go off to war. If that's his thinking attitude about war, give it up. I can see it now. Hey, Captain, I thought we're going to take that hill. Nah, it's not worth it. Well, we got orders to take it. Nope, we're surrendering. We're giving it up. But we haven't even fired a shot yet. The enemy's running from us out there saying, you know what? They're deceiving us. It's a trap. Let's go ahead and give it up. But they threw their weapons down. And hey, trust me, we don't have a chance. Let's give it up. So now this guy, the governor, told them to give up the police station. That's how he's tough on crime, right? But Donald Trump's the one that crime was up under.
I mean, that's demoralizing for this whole state.
And the 3 described a demoralized police force with dozens of officers planning to retire or quit.
I believe I speak for every Minneapolis cop when I tell you that I've never been more publicly humiliated.
They also...
Yeah, by that guy. Now I'm wondering if during a debate, J.D. Vance brings up these clips and these examples, what is that fake actor going to say about that? You think they're going to give him some lines to rebuttal? You think he's going to have a legitimate excuse of why he let his cities burn and then came out and made excuses for the burners, the folks that were setting stuff on fire? Yeah, let's see how he responds to all the criminals.
Also described a city out of control.
The crime is rampant in Minneapolis right now.
Wait a minute. So this guy's up here looking outside of his own state talking about Donald Trump under him. The crime is what? Oh, what? We're living in an S-hole too? It's a bigger S-hole than, oh, wow. I didn't know that. But you know what? As a Democrat, we overlook our own products, our own, doo-doo pies that we lay. We don't want to see that mess. We're always going to criticize somebody else. Project.
This is America if they win. Trump 2024 is the only way.
He mocks our laws.
He mocks our laws. That actor just said Donald Trump mocks our laws. Wait a minute. What is this?
It's done.
It's done. What's done?
At the St. Paul Armory erupted after the governor's signature made driver's license for all the law of the land.
Now that sounds like a mocking of the law. So wait, Donald Trump mocks our laws as this guy gives driver's license to illegal immigrants. Now I wonder what purpose could that be for? I'm sure it's just so they can buy Priuses, drive around, eco-friendly, of course, just to get to their jobs and just awaiting the day that they are deported because they understand that they came here legally and they wouldn't want to violate our immigration laws, right? Somehow their compass broke and they ended up over here in America and they said, just give me a little time to get on my feet. Then we're heading back to Guatemala, okay? But while I'm here, I'm going to need to get around, so you might as well issue me a driver's license. No, it's not for voting, is it? Couldn't be for voting. Last I checked, you got to be an American citizen to get a driver's license and things like that. But not according to this guy who doesn't respect our laws. What else?
I always say, let me know how high it is. If it's 25 feet, then I'll invest in the 30-foot ladder factory. That's not how you stop this.
And he's talking about illegal immigrants climbing over the wall to come into our country. Yeah, assisting them. Mocking Donald Trump's efforts to stop them. So this guy right here who talks about Donald Trump doesn't respect our laws, I'm talking about which ones? Which ones are you referring to? Because I just saw two of them you just talked about and downplayed. Gave some folk a dang on driver's license. You don't even respect parents' rights to their own kids. And you're talking about you don't respect our laws. What else? What else he got to say? What's in his script about Donald Trump?
He sows chaos and division.
Oh, he sows chaos and division. That's the MO of the Democrat Party. That's their style. Yeah, see, that right there is the only fighting strategy right there. Chaos and division. They're like hyenas. They operate in chaos. They exploit chaos. So you mean like this?
A society that does not put equity and inclusion at the center of it, is certainly going to eventually come to the places where we're at.
Wow, that sounds like chaos and division right there. Dividing people up, talking about some society that doesn't respect DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. That divides us. If I'm the guy who's saying, man, I know I got all the credentials for that job. I know it. But these dang folks is getting jobs, man, because these woke folks are saying, now listen, we need 18 pygmies. We need 9 aborigines. We need 18 Eskimos. Make sure we get a couple dwarfs. We want some people suffering from giganticism. We need a person who has, Sutton Bowel syndrome or something like that. We need anybody but a white man or an Asian man. We don't want that. We don't want that. Less white, less Asian. There you go. Are you black? Oh, yeah. We like black men. What? You're conservative. Get out of here. Scram. You're not a real black one. You're not a real black one. Get out of here. You're one of those smart ones. We don't like those. We want the ones that are angry and mad for nothing because we like to sow chaos. We want the ones that when we get up here and make an excuse for all of that rioting that took place, they go, yeah. We want the ones that are going to be encouraged to continue to act a fool whenever they feel like some injustice has been done. Instead of using their words, burn down cities, all that stuff. And we'll come out and blame it on diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's why a lot of these young adults and these minorities and stuff like that have no self-control. They're mad because they're not experiencing the justice of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Thank you, by the way, Tricia. Now, let's continue with the movie here because these two actors are trying to convince us that they deserve these roles.
And that's to say nothing of his record as president.
What?
He froze in the face of the COVID crisis.
Oh, I got a feeling a record scratch is coming. Froze in the face of COVID. Now, see, right off grip. Without even showing the clips. Remember, this guy was the COVID king. He locked them all down. Locked them all down, y'all. Not only did he lock them down, he set up a snitch line. Oh, yes, he did. Sure did. Wait a minute. See, hold on, y'all. Oh, where is it? One of my favorite props. Yeah. Oh. See, when you're using the snitch line, you got to have a satellite phone. Oh, yeah, he set it up. Doot, 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 doot. Is this the weirdo woke guy? Yeah, I'm here at my house. Yeah, my neighbor, he looks suspicious. I think he's about to walk his dog. Well, no, there's no other people outside. It's just him. Well, he's not even wearing a mask. I mean, who knows? These COVID crumbs can just somehow come up here to my house, penetrate my mask, and my 3 boost. I'm scared. Could you send someone? Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't care if the dog doodle in his house. It doesn't matter. Look, I'm following the rules, okay? Just send someone. This guy set this mess up. A snitch line, and he's talking about Trump didn't handle COVID right. Well, guess what? Here's a first-hand witness about how he handled COVID.
And in the state of Minnesota, my business is located in the state of Minnesota, southern Minnesota. It was a lovely wine and coffee bistro, and it had been in operation for going on 8 years by the time that my business was shut down and destroyed.
Shut down for what?
And when I say it was destroyed, I'm speaking of the being shuttered and not being able to survive that. Because of what Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison did to me and to my business, as well as our employees.
No. So wait, lady, you telling me as a citizen of Minnesota, as a middle-class person that owned their own business, a capitalist, which Tim hates, you know, all of the middle class that makes our economy strong, that the Democrats, being the fascists that they are, have to destroy the middle class. For some reason, they targeted all of these small mom and pop shops that can't afford to shut down and rearrange their whole buildings and all of that mess. So I'm sure what you're going to tell me, lady, is that raggedy garbage Governor and Attorney General Keith Ellison, the one that smacked his girlfriend around because she wouldn't take out the trash, but no charges was brought up on him. His girlfriend didn't get none of that Me Too. She ain't getting none of that Me Too. But nonetheless, I'm sure what you're about to tell us in this testimony is that your business was one of all businesses that were shut down with scientific reasoning and proof of why you guys had to shut down with no discrimination, focusing or targeting your specific business or businesses like yours. In fact, you're about to tell me that this raggedy sorry governor shut down all of the state equally. Walmart, McDonald's, everybody, right? That's what you're gonna tell me?
And so what happened is with the first shutdown, we didn't really know what to do, what was going on, and we did comply. And I hate to say that, looking back at everything I've stood for, but we did comply because we didn't know what else to do.
I understand.
He never fully opened up the state, to point this out. Who did he shut down?
He never fully opened up the state. Like all the Democrats, but yet they blame Trump for the economy crashing. Like them with the extended remix of keeping all the states shut down for some reason, with no scientific reasoning behind it or proof. Just having Fauci come out every other day. Things are still very volatile. We don't think we should open up just quite yet. And Joe Biden coming out, oh, you know what? Today the numbers of COVID cases fell for 3. And don't forget, wear a mask. And you know what? The soul of the country. And Donald Trump, white nationalists, and killing everybody with COVID. That's what they did for about 2 years. Shut it down. Kids couldn't go back to school. So now it's so sad that all of these businesses got shut down in Minnesota, including yours, lady.
Governor Walz shut down only some of the businesses.
Huh? What?
The essential businesses got to stay open.
Well, wait a minute. That sounds like some type of discrimination. That sounds like a violation of your constitutional rights, lady. Sounds like somebody who is not handling COVID correctly. Sounds like somebody who's high on their own power. Sounds like somebody who want to do a test run to see how real Marxism or socialism would work. Yeah, what would happen if we destroyed the middle class? So let's see what essential businesses were left open. How this man who criticized Donald Trump handling of COVID, how he decided what was essential or not.
So I guess that means that we were a non-essential business, but so he shut down bars, restaurants, gyms, dance studios, hair salons, etc. Who did he not shut down?
What?
Who were the essential business owners? That would have been your big box stores with
the big donors, the big box stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, places like that. Because COVID don't show up there, y'all. Now, I wonder how he's going to get out there and scientifically justify that. All right, there's the essential places, the Giant Eagle and Walmart, you're good. And the science shows that the COVID virus only comes and goes during certain hours. And the air inside of the Walmart, actually, I'm sure he was able to come out and justify why these places were able to stay open, but your place wasn't. Because I would hate to think these people are just using their power to control you, abusing their power, destroying your life for no reason. This lady's life and livelihood was destroyed by that man. That man. And he can't come out and tell her, I guarantee you, why these places were able to stay open, but her place wasn't. And you know what's sad about this? Now that COVID has died and all of that, we look back and all of these casualties were senseless. They were all for nothing. Place here in Ohio, in Youngstown, Italian restaurant I go to, they made them rearrange their whole store, their restaurant. Had all kind of plastic and stuff, folks in there eating with masks, and I'm thinking all of that was for nothing. I knew it was for nothing when it was happening. And I'm sitting there like, this is all for nothing. Folks gonna look back at this and say, boy, we were jackasses. But not me. I fought it the whole time. But let's see what happened to this lady, because I'm sure all of those big old companies were the only ones that were allowed to stay open for essential reasons only.
hundreds and hundreds of people coming to visit through their doors a day, mingling and being close. He did not shut down liquor stores. He did not.
What? stores. So wait, your little coffee shop or donut shop got shut down, but not the liquor? You telling me folks that need their liquor, you don't want them going through them withdrawals. You don't want them having the shakes. See, that's a black person term for withdrawals. We just say the shakes. What's wrong with him? He has the shakes. Yeah, you don't want them going into the shakes. They be done broke down that liquor joint and stole some liquor up out of there. You need your liquor. And I'm sure Nasty Pelosi was an advocate for that one too. No, we won't be shutting down the liquor stores or the beauty salon that only does my hair because I'm nasty. So now, what other places?
Not shut down strip clubs.
What? I guess that's essential. You see these people abusing their power? Just playing with people's lives. So now, how can you come out to a microphone and tell me that strip clubs, that all of the juices and hotness and the moisture in there kills COVID? It's actually a way to sweat out the COVID. It distracts one. How can you justify this? Was Tim up in the strip joints? That's my question. Now, we won't be shutting those down. It messes me up. So he opened the strip joints, alcohol.
So think about the contrast there. He shut down a lot of the mom and pop shops, those folks that were just trying to make a living.
Hard-working, middle-class Americans. Yeah, capitalists. Shut that mess down. Because I'm a Marxist.
And provide a great product and a great service. In contrast, he allowed big box stores, et cetera, to stay open. Really incredible. An incredible use of tyranny against the people. So
tyranny. Y'all hear that? Incredible use of tyranny against the people. And I saw it all across the nation. In liberal SO-ran states and cities. These Democrats went buck wild on power. And it burned me up. Man, I wanted to rip my skin off. It's unbelievable what they did. Black Lives Matter out there protesting and burning up stuff, and they actually belittled our intelligence by having folks come out and say that was essential. But then when those people protested up in Michigan to go back to work, that right there is a super spreader event. I mean, they disgust me. They all need to be punished and put out of power, period. And guess what, y'all? When she decided, I'm going to stand on my constitutional rights. Let's see what Tim did to her.
we opened up. I can't tell you for sure how long we were open, but immediately within 24 to 48 hours, the state came down on us with a vengeance.
What? They came down on this one. Hello. Yes, this is snitch number 82. Yes, I'm calling from the strip club. Yes, I'm inside the strip club, but I'm looking out the window across the street at this donut shop. And there's people going in and out of there. What? I'm coming, Dominique, okay? Hey, go put some money inside of her. Yeah, okay, there we go. I'll be right back. Anyway, so they're eating donuts, powdered ones and jelly ones and all of those things. I think they're spreading COVID. Yes, no, I don't want a lap dance. Go on now. I'll come, just give me a minute. Yes, hurry up and come. Thank you, take care. Hey, if I'm not over here at the strip club, I'll be next door at the liquor store. Okay, take care. There you go. That's what happened. So now they show up, and what did they do to her?
Attacked me, a woman, small business owner, as well as other small business owners in the state of Minnesota. They came down, they sent the health department down, they sent everything they could against us. They employed all of their resources against we the people. I went to court. I was found guilty. It was precipitated and put on me by the, you got to go all the way to the top. That'd be Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison. I was given sentenced to 90 days, which was the max.
90 days. Good grief. If we don't win this election, y'all, we in trouble. They gave her 90 days in jail for this crap. I mean, she's not a criminal. I mean, she's just simply a person abused by her own government. I would feel betrayed. And I'm telling you, Democrats, if I lived in any state ran by Democrats, I would feel that betrayal. I would feel like, man, who do you think you are to come in and shut my business down, abuse your power? And they do it constantly, not just in this area. They abuse their power in so many areas. Coming down heavy-handed on Trump, coming down heavy-handed on all those people that simply walked around the Capitol didn't even go in the building. You know, using all of these crazy resources to, you know, scare and intimidate people. These are the real threats to democracy. And here Tim's talking about he didn't handle COVID correctly.
And I was also fined $1,000, which was the max fine for this supposed thing that I did, where I was standing on my rights and totally protected by the Constitution of the United States of America. But when
and man, I'm telling you, once I get out of jail, I would have tried my best to raise some money to sue the heck out of the state, all the way to the Supreme Court if I had to.
When you have rogue judges, rogue government, attorney general, et cetera, they're all in lockstep with each other. It doesn't go very well for the people. And this is
exactly. And we got proof of that with Trump. If they could put together rogue prosecutors, rogue judges, all of that, and go after him, she don't stand a chance. That's the Democrat style. Okay. Yeah. They will gang up on you, abuse their power, and intimidate you and say, get in line, and make an example out of you of what not to do. So this woman right here is a perfect example of Tim's abuse of power.
What we need to be standing against. And this is the story that America needs to know. This is the story that America needs to hear. That Tim Walz is not some cuddly, joyful, coach-like, all the things that the MSMs are calling him, or some of the things that they're calling him. That is not who this man is. This man would like to take your rights away. He will take your rights away, because what happened to me could have happened to anybody. What happened to me will happen to you if we don't get things turned around in our country.
Word, lady, word. I feel you. That's right. So this guy is an actor. Yeah, he knows how to come out like, hey, you know what, look at that, Donald Trump, we're going to win this thing. Yes, we're going to do that. Weird. That's what they are. And really, he's a snake. Yeah, this dude right here is disgusting. But wait a minute. I'm going to show you just how disgusting he is.
What could be weirder than signing a bill into law that requires schools to stock tampons in boys' bathrooms?
That is weird. Look at that. Tampon Tim. All right. Look at that right there. I wonder where that goes. All right. What's the little string for? Where's the young man going to put that string? I don't understand. Ergonomically, it doesn't look feasible.
Than signing legislation allowing minors to receive sex change operations.
That sounds like something a weirdo would do. Sound like somebody who, for whatever reason, doesn't have a moral compass, who doesn't recognize kids are kids. Sounds like somebody who ain't wrapped too tight or done sold out completely to a globalist weirdo agenda that they're like, don't worry how crazy and nasty and perverse it is. Just keep me in power. Let me climb up the ranks and I'll push whatever agenda you want me to push. As you guys go back into your secret caves with your hoods on, talking about, we're coming after the kids. Oh, thou Satan. And using politicians to do it. And all of that. And they just come out, oh, that's right, we believe in reaffirming care.
Try electing the man who signed those bills Vice President of the United States.
Yeah, so all of our kids can go through transition.
Enter Chief Weirdo Tim Walz. As governor of Minnesota, Walz supported legislation that endangers minors, hurts women, and puts radical ideology ahead of common sense. Now Kamala wants Walz to enforce those laws on a national scale. Tim Walz, too weird, too radical.
Now I'm sure that adds a little harsh. Come on, I know he's woke, but he's not the wokest, is he?
First, there are a lot of schools that are moving towards gender-neutral bathrooms. And if we add female, we might become obsolete very quickly. Second, not all students who menstruate are female.
Now the lady with the chimpanzee ears is back. That took place on his watch. Yep, these are the people that he's listening to. These are the policies that he's pushing.
Make sure that all students have access to these products. There are obviously less non-female menstruating students.
Things he has done.
Oh, wait, here's the cleanup. Because now he's been coined as Tampon Tim. Once again, the casting director didn't stop to think, wait a minute, we're trying to sell this movie to Midwesterns, to common folks. We're trying to win the Rust Belt. So we can't have somebody that supports weirdo policies like that. But they didn't do the background. They just brought this guy in. Didn't ask him, have you ever done any work when it comes down to pushing policies about kids getting, the changes and then wearing the little boys? How you feel about little boys with tampons? They didn't ask him because this now is coming back to bite him. Now this dude done developed a nickname. So now he's Tampon Tim. And the media got to come out, the actors, the background actors, and try to sell us on this, y'all. Watch this cleanup on Aisle 5.
That is getting him criticism. The Trump campaign is attacking Governor Walz as, quote, Tampon Tim.
Well, y'all hear that? First of all, I'm about to attack somebody for not having no bass in the voice. Come on. He got no bass in the voice. Come on. He got no bass. No bass. No bass. How low can you go? Death row with a brother though. Once again, back is the impitible, rhyme animal, the invisible, the public enemy number 1, 5, 4, 6, freeze. And I got none. That dude got no bass in his voice. Come on. He needs some bass. So here he is. They are now coining. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at my own self. So now, here he is. They are coining him a nickname, Tampon Tip. That's not right.
Which drives me crazy.
Drives me crazy.
Because it is making fun of something very serious and very caring.
Yeah, like I'm making fun of you not having no bass in your voice. Come on, you got no bass in your voice. Come on. I'm sorry. It's just, I can't overlook it. Every time I hear him, I recognize it's nothing but treble. That's all I'm hearing. It's like installing a boombox in your car and you don't put no 808s in it. You got nothing but tweeters. I want to hear some boom, boom. I want it to sound like a giant is gargling in back of my car. But this guy is all tweeter. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to overlook the tweeters. Here we go.
That he has done for Minnesota students. Talk about this.
Well, first and foremost, Tim Walz is a dad, and that is big dad energy, making sure that folks who need access to hygiene products have them. We don't...
Okay, now wait a minute. It appears that y'all are skipping over an important part of the story. We didn't come up with this nickname just because we don't want young adults, females, to have tampons inside of the school. You think we're that mean? You think we just decided, what would be funny to nickname him Tampon Tim? Why? Why would we do that? Well, because this guy advocated to have tampons in schools for girls. Well, that's not funny. That's a good idea, actually. You think that's what we were thinking when we came up with this? But they want their audience to think that's what it is. Just like Tampon Tim wants their audience and their viewers to think that we're criticizing him simply because he went into the military. Notice the details they're leaving out of the script. So let's see if she can make it believable.
Charge people to use toilet paper right at their schools. This is a necessity for people, and I think it just shows like the kindness and the goodness in him. And I also think folks are telling on themselves when they don't see why this is a necessity. You're telling me you've never had to use a wad of toilet paper.
I still feel like something's missing in you trying to clean this up. Now you trying to make me feel bad for calling him Tampon Tim. You trying to say something wrong with my moral compass. I mean, come on, this man's nice. All right, he love the kids.
And like try to figure it out, or that you haven't had resources to pay for tampons or for pads. This is a real issue, and it just shows how disconnected they are.
Wait a minute, hold on. I'm not going to sit there and let you sell that to me. How disconnected they are. You know what's disconnected? People who think these tampons need to be in boys' bathrooms. That's disconnected from reality. But she's not going to put that in there. She's not going to let her audience know the reason that we're calling him Tampon Tim is because he supports putting tampons in the bathrooms for little boys. They're leaving that important key piece of information out of their cleanup story right here. Now, to the unlearned, to the ignorant, they're like, these Republicans are animals. They don't want books in schools. And they leave a key piece of information out of that too. Pornography. They don't want child affirming care. They leave a piece of information out of that too. Transgender transformation. Yeah, they leave that out of there. Yeah, that's what they don't want. They don't want women's reproductive care. Abortions. Third term even. They don't want illegal, they don't want undocumented citizens coming here. You mean illegal immigrants? You're leaving that part out too? Leaving illegal out. And they don't want these kids in schools to have tampons. Absolutely not. Not little boys. We don't want that. Anybody who thinks that's a good idea is crazy or weird. And so now you bring on this other weirdo to try to cover it up with the guy with no bass in the voice and deceive us into thinking that these Republicans are just being mean. We just don't want to see little girls have these things. Well, I mean, they can't even afford them sometimes. We're so mean.
From the lives of real people across the country. I think it's a huge victory, and he should wear that moniker proudly.
Yes, please. Wear that moniker proudly. Meaning go out and instead of saying, we fought in my state to make sure kids in schools, when they have their cycle, have tampons in the bathroom. By the way, that's also applying to little boys. And see what happens. Everybody will be like, yay! What did you just say? I said, wait, what state am I in? I'm in Florida? Oh, shoot. I misspoke. I meant to say just tampons for girls, because everybody knows only girls need tampons, right? That's right. Only girls know that. Girls know, right? See, so folks that are in the middle, who don't do their research on these weirdos and these Democrats with the crazy policies, they need to see my video. Let's continue.
Walz actually had children march in an LGBTQ parade. What a monster, honestly.
He is a monster. Look at this, guys. And there you go. Walz with his name on it. His name. Kids. Want to elect this guy to run our whole country?
Tim Walz signed a bill that lets the state take away your kids if you do not agree to sterilize them and chop.
Just like your business. You don't agree to shut those down because of COVID that I just made up. I'll take your businesses from you and lock you up. And your kids.
Chop off their body parts in the name of gender-affirming care.
Wow.
So if your 14-year-old is sad but thinks it's gender confusion and you object to castrating him, the state takes custody. And another commentator exposed Walz's very liberal views on abortion, revealing a video showing the governor signing abortion up until the moment of birth.
But I bet you if you ask him, what do you think is a decent time for a woman to have an abortion? What's the latest? I don't know. That's up to the woman and her doctor. Well, come on, you can just kind of weigh in. Can't you give us your opinion? I can't. I refuse to answer that question because that's between a woman and her doctor. That's what he would do. But yet they'll tell us, man, y'all always coming up with these crazy theories talking about we support abortion up to third trimester. Man, y'all crazy, man. Y'all. No, we know what you guys are up to. This guy, his character in the movie, yeah, they're casting him to appear to be, a hero, but really he's revealed, and I'm revealing him. He's a villain. He's a villain. That's what he is. And he's not the only one. The other one is a villain too, as you'll see in a second.
All right, ready. Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh, look how much of a villain he is. Ready. Wait a minute. Let's get the Minnesota flag out of here. Let's get that out of here. Because, I'm really not that patriotic. And let's put another flag up in here. Look at this guy. There you go. Because that's where we live, Somalia. There you go. Talking about some pandering. Let's not pander to all of the Americans in Minnesota. Let's pander to the Somalians. This guy is a bag of doo-doo. That's what he is. But he's not by himself.
There, that's better.
Yeah, that's better. So, these last 2 minutes, we can't forget his co-star, Chameleon Harris. Look at this.
I'm sure also Kamala Harris will be very ready for them. As a former prosecutor, she knows how to stand up to bullies like Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, can she stand up to you-know-what?
And I look forward to whatever debates they have.
She took on drug cartels
and jailed gang members for smuggling weapons and drugs across the border.
What? Now look at that, man. I knew Chameleon was the truth. Took on all them drug cartel. Wait a minute, hold on, wait. She's the border czar, right? I don't understand. Shouldn't she still be taking them on? This the same border czar that got out there talking about if you're coming over here illegally, don't. Remember that? Remember that, y'all? Remember she had said that? Yeah. And I'm sure when she said it, hello? Hola, is this a Chameleon Harris? Yes. This is the cartel. We're watching you on TV. You're hilarious. You're telling us that we're not supposed to send any more illegal immigrants. You're so funny, Chameleon. You changed colors right before our eyes. Listen, tell Mucus, first of all, we said hello. And make sure you guys are coming to our kids' piñata party in a couple of weeks, okay? And we're going to get you a nice fresh supply of illegal immigrants. Yeah, and we're also going to send a little fentanyl too, okay? Okay, adios, Chameleon. Hey, for 1 second, can you give me a little bit of that funny laugh? Oh, hey, Jose, she's doing it. That's what's happening. Let's go. We got caught up in the whole skit. All right, we're almost done, y'all. Because guys, they said she's being tough on people, man. She's prosecuting and everything.
So Kamala Harris trying to flip the script on her border record. Okay. And one sheriff that is in that ad is outraged as she uses his image to do so. Tulare County, California Sheriff Mike Boudreaux joins us now. So Sheriff, when you saw that ad and that she was representing you as an endorsement, what was your reaction?
Well, I can tell you here in California, we're ready for someone that's going to support law enforcement. Kamala Harris and law enforcement in California, we're very familiar with her and how she has done over the course of years as a senator and as a prosecutor and as the attorney general. And I can tell you that this ad is deceiving, to say the least. I remember this particular case where we did a drug cartel or a drug trafficking organization where we worked with DEA. And the issue was that in this particular situation, she showed up.
We're done. Yeah, that's right. Run for your lives. Now, guys, you're hearing it from people on the ground. She's a chameleon. She's fake. She's an actress. She's auditioning for a part. There it is. She's trying to play the role. So you're telling me the set designers put that together, you know, the creative people. All right, let's put some clips together, make it look like Chameleon is being supported by the men and women on the ground and make it look like she's really being tough on the border all of a sudden, even though there's no record, no data, no proof, no results. Even now, as she is the border czar that have complete control. And yet, she ain't done nothing. And now we're hearing it from the people who are exposing her that she put in the ad. And listen to what he says as we end.
For a soundbite. She didn't shake anyone's hands, and she quickly left the briefing room. So for me in law enforcement to see my face and image along with my law enforcement counterparts being represented as standing alongside Kamala Harris was truly disheartening. We do not support Kamala Harris. She has a history of not supporting law enforcement. And I just wanted to come out and say that for me in Tulare County, the sheriff of Tulare County, looking out for victims, looking for someone who's going to support criminal justice and law enforcement, that is best represented by Donald Trump and not Kamala Harris.
Bam! Here it is. Blam! And you say, so y'all hear that? Better represented by Donald Trump and not the actress Chameleon Kamala Woke Harris. Man, now I hope people hear this, okay? And yet, many of them will overlook all of this stuff I put time and effort into. Had us a good time snickering and laughing at all of these actors and actresses, but yet learning stuff about them too. So I'm gonna put this whole slide together just by itself. Cause see, a lot of people ain't gonna watch my whole live stream. But maybe if you put these clips out there as a solo and say, hey man, look at these clips to show you how phony and fake these two are. They're actors. The scary part though is if they get the part, who's really the writers and directors? See, so we don't know who these folks are. They flip-flop all over the place. They lie, they deceive, all of this mess. And yet there's some people behind them that felt they deserved the role. And I got a gut feeling those people don't have good intentions for us as a country. So God bless America. God bless you guys. Says you're mastering the game, Kev. I tell you, I have some good days. I have some bad days. I've had some good days. But yeah. So I've been up all morning. Oh, snap. I got him. Boy, I tell you, I'm feeling I might have to play the lotto right about now. I've been trying to kill that bad boy all night long. Yeah, got him now. Now I got to go wipe my hand. But nonetheless, I killed his butt. Don't come in my neighborhood asking for me again, Mr. Knack. So anyway, God bless y'all. God bless America. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you want to support the channel, you can through my Cash App, PayPal, or you can check out Kevin's Corner Store. The dogs are put away for now. I had to keep Gizmo in the room with the puppy to keep her occupied because she was crying. We left her in there in the cage. And I was like, oh boy, she'd be disturbing my show. So Gizmo, you on puppy duty. And he don't like it. He don't like it at all. I'm telling you, man, he be looking at that puppy with armful like, boy, I tell you, as soon as he leave, I'm going to bite you. I got to keep an eye on him like, hey, all right, now don't get too close. Anyway, but he'll be all right. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. I think tomorrow's Thursday. So I'll be back to lay into these Democrats a little more. So let's get out of here. Oh, subscribe to my alternative channel. I know you see the apes. I know you see what the terror. Place. Take care.